What if I told you that every minute you are living right now is either helping you build your future slowly or wasting your chance to become better?
And the problem is that many people don't notice they are wasting their time until they look back and feel regret about all the opportunities they missed.
Days pass very quickly, and without realizing it, weeks and even years can disappear without doing anything meaningful.
That's why today's topic is very important, and it can really change the way you live your life. Don't waste your time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Lily.
And I'm Mark, and today we are going to talk about something that almost everyone struggles with, which is wasting time in daily life.
Yes, especially students, because they often have many distractions around them that make it hard to stay focused on their goals.
For example, phones and social media take a lot of our attention, and we sometimes spend hours using them without even noticing the time passing.
Exactly, and we always tell ourselves that we will only use the phone for a few minutes, but those few minutes quickly turn into a long period of wasted time.
So let's try to understand what wasting time really means in a simple way.
Wasting time means spending your time on things that do not help you improve yourself, learn something new, or move closer to your goals in life.
And it is important to say that resting is not wasting time, because everyone needs rest to stay healthy and focused.
Yes, resting is necessary, but wasting time happens when you avoid doing important tasks again and again without any real reason.
There are several reasons why people waste their time, and one of the biggest reasons is procrastination.
Procrastination means delaying your work and saying, I will do it later, even when you know it is important.
Another reason is not having clear goals, because when a person does not know what they want, they usually spend their time without direction.
Also, distractions like social media, video games, and even friends can make it difficult to stay focused on what really matters.
Let's imagine a simple example to understand this better.
Okay, imagine a student who has an important exam after 1 week and has enough time to prepare well.
Instead of studying a little every day, the student spends time watching videos, chatting, and doing unimportant things.
Then, when the exam day becomes very close, the student starts to feel stressed, nervous, and unprepared.
At that moment, the student usually says, I wish I had more time to study.
But the truth is that the student already had enough time, they just did not use it in a smart way.
This shows us that time is very valuable and should not be taken for granted.
Yes, because once time passes, it never comes back, no matter how much we regret it.
So now the important question is, how can we stop wasting our time?
First, we should set clear and simple goals that we can achieve step by step every day.
Second, we should plan our day by writing a list of tasks to stay organized and focused.
Third, we need to reduce distractions, for example, by putting our phone away while studying or working.
Another important idea is to stop waiting for motivation, because motivation is not always there.
Yes, instead of waiting, we should start working even if we don't feel ready, because action creates motivation.
Let me ask you something, Lily. Have you ever wasted time and then felt regret later?
Yes, many times, especially when I had exams and I did not use my time well.
The same thing happened to me, and I learned that discipline is more important than motivation.
That's true, because discipline helps you continue even when you don't feel like working.
I think another important problem is that people don't realize how much time they are actually losing every single day.
Yes, because small moments seem unimportant, but when you add them together, they become hours of wasted time.
For example, spending 30 minutes doing nothing useful may not seem like a big deal.
But if you do that every day, it becomes many hours every week and even more over a month.
Exactly. And that time could be used to learn a new skill, read something useful, or improve yourself in any way.
Another thing is that people sometimes waste time because they feel comfortable staying in their habits.
Yes, they prefer easy and enjoyable activities instead of doing things that require effort.
But growth never comes from comfort, it comes from challenge and effort.
That's why it is important to push yourself, even when it feels difficult.
Let's talk about something important: balance.
Good point. Because we are not saying you should work all the time.
Exactly. Life is not only about studying or working, you also need time to relax and enjoy yourself.
The key is balance, which means you control your time instead of letting time control you.
So you can rest, but in a planned and healthy way, not in a way that makes you lose control of your day.
I also think environment plays a big role.
What do you mean?
If you are surrounded by people who waste time, it becomes easy for you to do the same.
That's true. Your environment influences your habits more than you think.
But if you stay around people who are focused and motivated, you will feel encouraged to improve yourself.
So choosing the right environment is very important.
Let's give some practical tips that anyone can start using today.
Okay, first tip: start your day with a clear plan, even a simple one.
Second tip, divide your work into small parts because big tasks can feel scary.
Third tip: reward yourself after finishing something important.
For example, after studying for 1 hour, you can take a short break.
This makes the process easier and more enjoyable.
Another useful idea is to track your time.
Yes, when you see how you spend your time, you become more aware of your habits.
And awareness is the first step to change.
I also want to say something important to students.
Go ahead.
You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent.
That's very true, because doing a little every day is better than doing nothing for a long time.
Progress is more important than perfection.
Let me ask you one last question, Lily.
Sure,
If someone listening right now wants to change their life, what is the first thing they should do?
I would say, start now, don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow can easily become another excuse.
That's powerful.
Before we really finish, remember that your time is your responsibility.
No one can manage it for you, and no one can give it back to you once it is gone.
Every minute is like a chance, and every choice you make shapes your future.
You don't need to change everything in one day.
Just start with one good decision today.
Then another tomorrow. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Goodbye.